Good morning, everyone. This is Cheryl here, and I'm just popping on today to talk about journal covers, soft journal covers, and um, in case there are those of you who have never done it before, or you just want to make it what you do better. Okay, so let's talk about it. So there's all kinds of things that you can use to make a soft journal cover. I love using like this kind of packaging. It's this is from doTERRA, but it's the same kind that you get from Amazon and that kind of thing. And I have a whole bunch of things that I use. So let me show you first of all. Like I save envelopes from Happy Mail. You know, this is going to make a perfect journal cover. Here's an Amazon packaging that makes a perfect journal cover. Here is a Ready Post utility mailer that I saved, and or maybe I never used it. I don't know. Well, I guess I did. It has a stamp thing on it. I don't know where the label is, but anyway, it doesn't matter. This kind of Amazon has some of this too, kind of material. It's just chipboard and it's double layer, and it makes a nice cover. I save old envelopes. I got rid of 2014 income tax documents, put it all together, and I saved this, and there's a journal cover. You know what I mean? Happy Mail envelopes, man. Here's a journal cover. Just a manila envelope from the Dollar Tree. Here's a white one that I wanted to leave a pocket in it. It's a white security envelope that I copy dyed. That's going to be a journal cover. All these Happy Mail envelopes are going to be journal covers. See that? So you don't have to buy a lot of fancy things and have a lot of expensive materials to make a journal. So here, this is just a prime example of how I make soft cover journals. I almost always prefer to use this kind of thing. Okay, so there's the base. All right, most of those envelopes like that are going to make like a 9x6 or give or take a little type journal, and that's what we're doing for the swap. This is a very small mailer that I got some oils in because I sell doTERRA oils. So anyway, I've received it and I saved it because, you know, a lot of things have been coming in these kind of packages lately. So a little while ago, what I did, and I'm going to make a journal, I'm going to show you how I do that in a minute, but the reason I'm choosing to do this process video with such a small one is because a little while ago, I just printed a digital, this digital here. I printed it onto a very thin muslin that I had bought from Walmart, and so it was very thin, and you were going to be able to see through. I was going to be able to even faintly see this through that. So and I've had that happen before. I love this digital, by the way. It's so pretty when you print it on some of those collage pages, you know, of your digitals. Look so pretty printed on fabric. So I printed it on the fabric, and then because it was thin, and I do this to all my fabric now. When I cover, except for maybe denim, but when I cover my journals, you know, I'm going to use fusible interfacing on the back. And as you can see, I have a piece that I've cut and ironed it on. And here's what it is, in case you don't know. You can buy this. This is Shape Flex interfacing by Pellon, and I bought it at Walmart in the craft department, craft/sewing department. And what it is it's just interfacing. It comes 15 inches by 2 yards, so you get a good bit. And you just open it up and you're going to cut a piece, and it has a bumpy side, you know, and it has a smooth fabric side. It's fabric is what it is, with a glue side. So you're just really going to cut it. Normally I leave more of a border and don't bring it as close to the edge, but this fabric was so thin that I wanted to do that. So anyway, you just cut a piece, you lay it on the back side of your fabric piece. Just pretend I hadn't done it yet. You would lay it there and cut it, you know, leaving a little bit of a border in a lot of cases. Especially if it's a very thin fabric, you can go real close to the edge. If it's slightly thicker than that, you might want to leave a ½ inch or an inch border, simply because you're going to be folding this fabric over your cover and you don't want it to be too bulky. So you cut it, and you're going to use there's directions on the package, but you just use a hot iron and you press it, you know, the glue side down to the back side of your fabric, and there you are. Okay, that will add body and stability. Now I'm not going to be able to get that in, but it doesn't matter. You've added body and stability to your piece of fabric. It has a different feel. You won't get a lot of, if you're heavy-handed with your glue, I mean, you know, you're going to get glue globs through thin fabric, and you're going to see where it's pasted down in places and then where it's not. And you just won't have as much of that with this. Now, the other day, I went to the Dollar Tree, and look what they have. For $1.25, I have a yard by 20 inches by a yard of fusible interfacing. It's the exact same thing as this, and much cheaper. So check out your Dollar Tree for that. All right, so here's my fabric, and here's my cover. Isn't that going to make the sweetest little journal? So anyway, I fold, what I do typically is I'm going to fold it in half, but I'm not going to crease it real creased, you know, because my goal is not to have a real pointy cover. So then I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to just kind of fold it about ½ an inch from that edge, and then just kind of work it, you know, kind of fold it again. If you're using an envelope, you're probably going to fold it. If you're using this, you're just going to kind of sort of fold it. You know what I mean? Then I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do the other side ½ an inch from the edge, and kind of make a fold, a little bit of a fold. Stick my finger in there and just, you know, so that what I'm ending up with is something that is rounded and not so pointy. Because when it's pointy, girls, if you crease it really good and you just put a signature in there, it's going to look like that. It's going to, when the signature is in there, it's going to look like that. See how narrow that is and pointy? And then you got the signature, and then you add your stuff, and it's going to lay like this. It's going to look like that. If you round it and you put your signature in, it's going to be better. See that? And I'm going to show you that. Like, for instance, in this one. This is a little journal cover that I made, and I reinforced. I did the same thing with the packaging, and I think underneath I reinforced it with either a piece of fabric or a piece of some kind of packaging or something to make it just a little bit stiffer. So this is rounded, and when my signature is in there and it starts to fill up, see, it's not going to be so pointy. Plus, I'm going to be able to put 2 signatures in here, not just one. So there's that. And I'll show you another one yet so that you can really see, because this one is bigger. Okay, I'm working on another journal, black and white journal, for my, well, just to use up my stuff. So I've started it. Let me take the signatures out of here. And I always keep, this cover is white, so I'm going to work on a piece of parchment, and I'm going to keep it wrapped in a piece of parchment when I'm not working on it, because I don't want to get this dirty. I don't want to accidentally get ink or oxide or anything on it from my desk or my hands, so I make sure my hands are clean. So anyway, this is one of those Amazon mailers, okay? And I did the same thing. I cut my fabric. You can see that I left a border, you know, and I ironed on the back of it a piece of that interfacing. This just gives it a nice feel. You can't see packaging through it. It feels heavier and nicer, and it's just lovely. Then I took a piece of like chipboard, not chipboard, but that, oh, I don't know what to call it. This paper, this hard paper envelope. When I was cutting that, I cut a piece of it off, and I glued it down here because I wanted that round, you know, I made it that round look. See that? And I'm going to be able to put 3 signatures in that easily. And then I'll get another piece of fabric when I choose one. I just haven't been able to find exactly what I wanted yet. And I'm going to do the same thing to that, and then of course put it on here, and I'm going to sew all the way around. Okay, and then I'm going to have this beautiful cover that as I fill it up, you know, it's not going to look so pointy at the spine. See that? And so I have 3 signatures here and this doily. And when I sew them in, it's just going to be nice. See how nice that lays? And even after you put ephemera and stuff in it, it's just not going to have that point. I don't like that pointy look on the spine so much. That's just my personal preference, and I'm just sharing with you how I do it. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it the way you like to do it. But I'm just telling you, if you want to avoid that glued on, that thin paper or thin fabric glued onto paper look, then use the interfacing. It's going to make a much nicer finished look to your journal. Has a nice hand feel, doesn't feel thin and hard. It's just very nice. This is rounded so I can get 3 signatures in there plus a lot of ephemera, and it's lovely. So this is the way I do my soft journals now. That's the way this one's going to feel when it has signatures. I'm going to put probably 2 signatures in this, and I left it without the closure yet so that when it's filled up, see that, as it fills up and as it gets thick, then I'll decide where I'm going to put the snaps, you know, at the end. So I love this. This is denim, and I probably did not. Denim is heavy, so I probably did not put interfacing on the back of this, because then I was also going to put this big fabric and lace snippet that I made just for this. And then I know that I lined the Tim Holtz fabric. I did line it. I put it on the back of this, but I lined it to put it on this mailer because I just didn't want to see mailer through it. I didn't want to see glue, you know. I did sew around this, but you know, I do put a little tiny bit of glue and smear it with my finger so that I don't get any globs. I put it a little bit to hold it into place, and then I sew around it. So that is how it's done, and I really love this little one. I don't know what I'm going to do with this little journal yet. I'm probably going to put signatures in it, or a signature in it, or writing pages. And you know, I'm gonna put it on there like I normally do, and then figure out the inside, but look at that. That is just going to be the cutest little thing with this little digital. And it's so easy to print on fabric. In fact, I think, do a video on my channel. I did a video on how to print on fabric, how to print labels and different things onto fabric. So you might want to check that out. I'm making all these things, and I'm thinking that this year, one of the goals I have this year is to do a little bit more as far as videos again, because I kind of paused and didn't do some for a while. But I'm thinking I'm going to start doing more again of the process video tutorial things, and my goal is to have more giveaways and things like that on my channel this year. So for those who are subscribed to my channel, they will get notifications of everything that I post, and if I have a giveaway, then you can choose to enter that giveaway. So this might be a little giveaway thing. I don't know. I might do a couple of journals and type things and, and give them away. So anyway, I hope this will help you. As far as the swap goes, I think I indicated in the directions that your journal must be either 8x5 or 9x6. Your journal cover is what we're making in the swap. And you're just making the cover inside and out, a finished cover, decorated and everything. That's what you'll be sending to your partner, which will be fun because then they can put their own signatures and pages in there to suit them, and decorate. So I hope you will join that swap because I think it's so fun. And I know lots of you make beautiful things because I see them all the time. So I want to encourage you to go ahead and join the journal cover swap. Anyway, I hope you like this. I hope it was helpful in some way to you. If you do like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss the tutorials that I do. Most of what I do is actually for Junk Journaling Journeys group, and so you don't want to miss it. Anyway, have a great crafty day. Bye-bye.